Dear friends, I'm Dr. Mark and I've just turned 60 this year. After more than 3 decades working with patients over 50, I've realized something truly fascinating, that sometimes we don't grow weaker because of age, but because of the lifelong misunderstandings we carry. I remember a few years ago, a man named Robert came to my clinic. He worked out regularly, ate plenty of protein, and drank whey every morning. Yet no matter how hard he tried, he felt his body growing weaker day by day. Doctor, he said, I do everything right. Why are my muscles still shrinking? I looked at him, smiled gently, and said, Robert, maybe you've forgotten a quiet friend, collagen. Have you ever heard this before? Most of us believe protein is the only key to strong muscles. But in truth, collagen is what binds muscle fibers together, keeps joints flexible and skin elastic. After 50, our body's ability to produce collagen drops sharply. That's why you may train hard, eat clean, and still feel weaker. Your joints stiffer and your recovery slower. A study from Kyoto University in Japan showed that people over 60 have up to 40% less natural collagen than younger adults. That means even if you eat 100 grams of protein a day, your body still lacks the connecting material that turns that protein into real muscle. I've met so many patients like Robert, full of willpower and discipline, but missing the right key for the body to work smoothly. That's why I want to share with you today the real secret to beating muscle loss, maintaining strength, and aging well, not just with protein, but with collagen. Collagen isn't a magic pill. It's a natural part of your body, like the strings of a guitar that keep its music in tune. When those strings weaken, the music of your body fades. But believe me, you can bring that music back with simple choices each day. A bowl of fish, skin broth, a few slices of fresh orange rich in vitamin C, or a deep, restful night's sleep. Today, I want us to go deeper to understand why collagen is the real foundation of strength, why certain foods you eat every day might unknowingly destroy it, and more importantly, how to restore your muscles, joints, and skin from within. Stay with me until the end of this video, because what I'm about to share might completely change the way you see your own health. Dear friends, I want you to imagine this. You're building a house. You have bricks, cement, and workers. But without glue, that house, no matter how beautiful, will crack over time. The human body is the same protein as the brick, but collagen is the glue that holds everything together. However, after 50, your body starts to forget how to make collagen. Every year, you lose about 1% of your natural collagen. By age 60, that can be half of what you had at 30. That explains why you recover slower, or why a small fall now hurts more than it used to. I once had a patient named Margaret, 67 years old. She did yoga every morning, ate plenty of vegetables and fish, yet she complained. Doctor, I feel weaker. My skin's wrinkling, my muscles softer. I've been drinking collagen powder for months. Nothing's changing. I asked her one simple question. Do you eat natural gelatin? She blinked. Gelatin? What's that? And that was the problem. You see, collagen isn't just something you drink. It's something your body must activate and absorb. When you take collagen powder, your body only absorbs about 30% if you lack gelatin and vitamin C, the two allies that help collagen become actual fibers. But when you get collagen from natural sources like fish skin broth or chicken feet soup, you're giving your body living collagen already structured as gelatin, ready to use immediately. I remember when I first told Margaret to try fish skin broth. She made a face. That sounds strange, doctor. I never thought fish skin could be healthy. But 6 weeks later, she returned saying, Doctor, not only do my joints hurt less, but I wake up feeling lighter, like my body's being supported from within. I smiled because I knew what was happening. Collagen had started working. Collagen isn't magic. It's a quiet builder constructing every muscle fiber, every joint tissue, every layer of skin. But that builder can only work when you give it the right materials, not from powders or capsules, but from simple, nourishing meals. A warm bowl of broth, deep sleep, and fresh fruit each day. Remember, collagen can't work alone. It needs you, your diet, your lifestyle, and the way you listen to your body. Because sometimes the secret to strength doesn't lie in the gym, but in the simple, loving meals you give yourself each day. Dear friends, I want to tell you a story I'll never forget. It's about Harold, 72, a retired engineer from California. He came to see me with problems common at his age: muscle loss, joint pain, constant fatigue. Doctor, he said, I still eat well. I have protein shakes every morning, do light exercise, but I keep getting weaker. I looked at his hands, thin-veined, slightly trembling, and asked, have you ever tried fish skin broth? He laughed. Doctor, you must be joking. Isn't that an Asian chef's dish? I just smiled, because few people realize that fish skin is one of nature's richest sources of collagen. Thousands of years ago in traditional Eastern medicine, fish skin broth was known as the elixir of strength and longevity. The ancient Chinese called it the cure for muscle wasting, while in Japan, northern fishermen made salmon skin broth daily to stay warm and recover their strength after hard labor. Today, modern science confirms what our ancestors already knew. Marine collagen is the fastest absorbing, purest, and most powerful of all natural collagens. A single bowl of fish skin broth contains 12–15 grams of collagen, almost twice as much as bone broth from beef or chicken. Not only that collagen from fish has smaller molecules, which means it's absorbed 1.5 times faster, reaching your muscles, joints, and skin with ease. But that's not all. Fish skin also contains omega-3 and selenium-2 strong anti-inflammatory compounds that help your body recover faster and reduce joint pain. A study from Tokyo University followed 120 elderly people suffering from sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, for 6 months. Those who drank fish skin broth daily gained an average of 3.2 pounds of muscle, while the control group showed no improvement. Researchers called this the safest, most natural way to preserve muscle in old age. I remember when Harold came back 3 months later. He walked steadier, looked brighter, and said joyfully, "Doctor, I don't feel weak anymore. Every morning I drink a cup of fish skin broth, and now I can walk twice as far without feeling tired." I was so happy for him, not just because he was stronger, but because he finally understood that true strength doesn't come from supplements or the gym, but from nourishing your body with what's natural and sustainable. If you'd like to try it, making fish skin broth is simple. Take salmon or cod skin, rinse it clean, place it in a pot with water, a few slices of ginger, and a bit of sea salt. Simmer gently for 2 to 3 hours until the broth turns clear and slightly thick. When it cools, if it turns into a jelly-like gel, that's a sign you've made liquid gold, something that can awaken collagen within your body. You can enjoy it every day. In the morning, add a spoon to your eggs or oatmeal. At lunch, use it as soup stock for vegetables or lean meat. At night, drink a small cup before bed, when your body rebuilds collagen the most. And remember, collagen doesn't just make you stronger. It helps you walk steadier, recover faster, sleep deeper, and feel younger every single day. So if you ever thought your strength at 70 was gone, try starting with a warm cup of fish skin broth. Because sometimes the secret to living well and long isn't found in expensive pills, but in a simple pot of broth made with love and patience. Dear friends, after I shared about fish skin broth, many people wrote to me saying, "Dr. Mark, I tried it. It really works. But is there something easier to find, cheaper, yet still rich in collagen?" My answer is always yes, and it's right in your kitchen. It's chicken feet broth. I know when Americans hear chicken feet, many raise an eyebrow. But to me, after years of working with Asian patients, this dish is truly a healing secret. Because chicken feet are the richest source of collagen in the entire chicken. Each cup of chicken feet broth contains 15 to 18 grams of collagen, almost twice as much as most supplements. And unlike synthetic pills, the natural collagen here contains mainly type 1 and 2, the very kinds that nourish your muscles, ligaments, and cartilage. I'll never forget a patient named Linda, 68, a retired ballet dancer. She came to me with swollen knees, saying she had to give up dancing because of the pain. She'd taken glucosamine for 5 years with little relief. I suggested something simpler, chicken feet broth 3 times a week. She laughed, thinking I was joking. But after just a month, she came back glowing. "Doctor, I can rise on my toes again, and strangely, my joints don't hurt in the mornings anymore." Science explains this clearly. A study from Seoul University tracked 85 seniors over 4 months. Those who drank chicken feet broth 3 times a week gained 28% leg strength and reduced muscle pain by 45% compared to those who didn't. Researchers concluded that collagen from chicken feet, along with natural glucosamine and chondroitin, stimulates cartilage repair and increases muscle density. And what I love most about this dish is the warmth and simplicity it brings. No blender, no fancy powder. Just a small pot, a few clean chicken feet, onion, ginger, and a pinch of salt. Simmer for 4 to 6 hours until the broth turns thick and slightly cloudy. When cooled, it forms a soft gel, pure collagen. I often tell my patients, in the morning, warm a cup and whisk in 2 eggs. You'll have a nourishing collagen custard. At lunch, use it as soup for vegetables or whole grain noodles. Honey rage at night, drink a small cup before bed. That's when your body regenerates collagen most strongly. There's something special when you combine chicken feet broth with fish skin broth. Your body receives both marine and land collagen, a perfect duo. Marine collagen absorbs quickly to repair tissue fast. Chicken collagen builds the long-lasting structure for muscles and joints. It's like a duet, one plays the melody. The other keeps the rhythm together. They create the symphony of strength in aging gracefully. One evening, I met Linda again at a community dance. She spun lightly, smiling like under stage lights once more. When the song ended, she walked to me, placed her hand on my shoulder and said, "Dr. Mark, thank you. Strength isn't about age, it's about how we choose to nourish ourselves." I looked around the room full of seniors, laughing, dancing, living fully in their bodies, and I realized that sometimes health doesn't come from pills or gyms, but from the simple meals we make with heart. Dear friends, I know for many of us a meal without rice doesn't feel complete. White rice, simple, familiar, has been with us all our lives. But today I want you to see it from a different angle. An angle that may surprise you, maybe even shock you a little. White rice might be silently destroying your collagen and slowly weakening your body. Sounds exaggerated, right? But the truth is the sugar in white rice, or more precisely, its glycemic index, is even higher than refined sugar. When you eat a bowl of white rice, your body reacts almost the same as if you'd eaten a spoonful of sugar. And when blood sugar spikes, a process called glycation begins. Imagine this. Collagen in your body is like elastic bands, flexible, springy, keeping your muscles, skin, and joints youthful. But when sugar levels rise, those sugar molecules stick to collagen fibers, making them stiff, brittle, and prone to breakage. Science calls these ages advanced glycation end products, in other words, early aging compounds. They don't just weaken collagen, they cause inflammation, fatigue, joint pain, wrinkles, and slow muscle recovery. I recall a patient named Margaret, 87, a graceful, disciplined woman. She had been drinking bone broth for 6 months, but told me, "Doctor, I don't feel any different. I'm still tired and weak." When I asked about her diet, she said she ate white rice every meal. I gently explained, "Margaret, you may be undoing your progress without realizing it. White rice spikes your blood sugar so fast that the collagen you drink can't be absorbed or used. It's like pouring water onto desert sand. It evaporates before it can soak in." She paused, smiled, and said, "All right, doctor, I'll try cutting out rice." 3 weeks later, she came back. She looked healthier, her face glowing, her voice vibrant. She said, "De warn, Karen. I replaced rice with quinoa and sweet potatoes. For the first time in years, I feel alive again." Science supports this. A 2019 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 who ate high GI foods like white rice with collagen absorbed 40% less muscle protein. Worse, when rice combines with minerals from collagen broth, it forms ages toxic compounds that cause chronic inflammation and muscle loss. So I want to say this sincerely. You're not eating wrong, you just don't yet know what your food is doing inside you. If you truly want your body to absorb collagen, fully avoid white rice for at least 2 hours before and after drinking collagen broth. Instead, choose natural carbs like sweet potatoes, quinoa, or brown rice. They keep blood sugar steady, allowing collagen to do its job, repairing, restoring, and strengthening you from within. Dear friends, I know that for many, after a long day, a glass of wine before dinner or a little whiskey before bed feels like the perfect way to relax. I used to think the same until I began seeing the quiet damage it caused in my patients and in myself after 50. I remember one autumn evening in Colorado. Robert, 82, came to my clinic looking tired. He said, "Doctor, I've done everything you told me, chicken broth at night, light walks, lots of vegetables. But I still feel weak, like my muscles just won't grow." I asked, "Do you drink anything before bed?" He smiled, "Just a small whiskey. I've done it for 40 years, helps me sleep." I smiled too, but I already knew the answer. I said, "Robert, that whiskey might not make you drunk, but it's stealing your strength every night." It's true. Even one small glass of wine or whiskey can reduce muscle protein synthesis by 37%, especially in people over 60. Alcohol blocks the absorption of amino acids from collagen, turning your healing broth into just soup. It disrupts mTOR, the biological pathway your body uses to build muscle. And worst of all, timing. Most people drink at night. That's when your body heals, rebuilding collagen, muscle, and growth hormones. When alcohol enters the blood, that recovery cycle stops cold. Your sleep becomes shallow. You wake up feeling weaker than yesterday. A Harvard study followed 150 seniors for 12 weeks. Those who drank within 4 hours of bed after collagen-rich meals gained 35% less muscle than those who didn't. Scientists also discovered that alcohol mixed with collagen's amino acids forms aldehydes, toxic compounds that damage muscle and joint cells. In simple terms, you drink collagen to rebuild, but alcohol makes your body destroy it instead. Another story I'll never forget is about Henry 75, a retired construction worker. He drank a glass of red wine every night for the heart, but over time he lost muscle and had trouble walking. Tests showed inflammation and high liver enzymes. I told him to quit alcohol for 6 weeks. He hesitated but agreed because he trusted me. 6 weeks later, he came back radiant. "Doctor, not only do I feel stronger, I'm sleeping deeper. I wake up with real energy." His body had restarted its natural collagen synthesis, inflammation dropped, and muscle returned. He didn't just regain strength, he regained restful sleep and clarity. Order for them. Dear friends, I'm not saying alcohol is pure evil. A sip on special occasions is fine. But if you're rebuilding your body fighting muscle loss and restoring collagen, alcohol is the silent thief. It doesn't destroy you overnight. It wears you down little by little until one day you realize you're not the same. So give your body alcohol-free days and deep restorative nights. Because strength doesn't come from the drink that numbs your fatigue. It comes from a healthy body that renews itself each night. Dear friends, I know who doesn't love a crispy slice of bacon, that smoky aroma filling the kitchen each morning. I used to love it too. Every weekend, I'd make eggs and a few slices of bacon for breakfast. Until one day I started to feel my body changing. My joints were stiffer, my skin drier, and my recovery after exercise slowed noticeably. Back then, I didn't understand why. But after years of research and working with thousands of older patients, I discovered a simple yet alarming truth. Bacon and other processed meats are among the most silent destroyers of collagen. Let me tell you about Dorothy, 85, a small, sweet, and energetic woman. She drank fish skin broth every morning, walked daily, and ate healthy, but for months her joints still hurt and her skin stayed wrinkled, even though she did everything right. When I asked about her breakfast, she proudly said, "I drink a cup of warm fish broth and have a little crispy bacon on the side." I thought it was the perfect combo, tasty and healthy. I smiled and said gently, "Dorothy, maybe that slice of bacon is quietly undoing all your good work." It's true. A single slice of bacon contains over 400 milliliters of sodium, along with nitrates, phosphates, and preservatives, the very things that make it crispy, smoky, and dangerous. When combined with collagen broth, which is rich in minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc, these chemicals create nitrosamines, toxic compounds proven to damage muscle tissue and even increase cancer risk. Not only that, the high sodium in processed meats makes your body retain water, creating low-grade inflammation in your muscles and joints. That inflammation blocks collagen and protein synthesis, leaving you with stiffness, weakness, and fatigue even when you eat well. A 2020 Harvard Medical School study followed 180 seniors with sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. It found that those who ate processed meats like bacon, sausage, or ham, along with protein or collagen-rich foods, had 45% higher inflammation and 30% less muscle gain than those eating fresh meats like fish, chicken, or turkey. Researchers concluded that nitrates in processed meat can lock up amino acids, preventing collagen from being absorbed into muscle cells. Dorothy was silent for a moment after I explained this. Then she said softly, "I thought I was doing something good for myself, but I guess I was slowing my body down." I smiled. "It's okay, Dorothy. The human body is kind. It always forgives when we treat it right." I told her to replace bacon with herb-roasted chicken or pan-seared salmon plus greens and collagen broth. 3 weeks later, when she returned, I noticed the change immediately: brighter skin, steadier hands, a stronger voice. She said, "Doctor, I no longer feel pain when I open the salt jar. And this morning I made my own coffee again." Sayuri. Dear friends, sometimes the things we love most can quietly harm us, not because they're evil, but because we don't understand them. Bacon, sausage, ham. They bring momentary joy, but in the long run, they burn away the collagen your body needs to move to stay strong, to stay young. If you truly want lasting strength and youth, choose natural fresh meats, prepared simply. A piece of grilled salmon, steamed chicken with vegetables, or a warm bowl of chicken feet broth. Those are the real feasts for your health and longevity. Because in the end, health isn't found in flavor alone. It's found in the peace of every cell where collagen quietly works to keep you standing tall each day. Dear friends, we've talked so much about collagen, how it keeps our bodies firm, joints flexible, muscles strong, and skin youthful. But there's something many people don't realize. No matter how much collagen you drink or how many supplements you take, without vitamin C, your body can't make collagen. Yes, that's right. Vitamin C is the activator, the switch that turns the entire collagen production process on. Without it, everything you consume is like raw materials sitting in a dark factory, waiting for the power to come on. Your body may have all the amino acids, but it can't assemble them into real collagen fibers. I remember one of my longtime patients, Susan 70, a woman very careful about her health. She made fish broth regularly, did yoga walk daily. But her skin stayed dry, her joints ached, and her body felt weak. One day I asked her, "Do you eat fruits or fresh vegetables often?" She replied, "Not really. I don't like sour flavors, so I rarely eat oranges, lemons, or bell peppers." Right then I knew the problem. I told her, "The collagen in your body is like a factory. Vitamin C is the switch that turns the lights on. Without it, the factory stays dark." She laughed a little skeptical, but agreed to try. I told her to eat half an orange a day, or a few slices of red bell pepper, or even just a warm glass of lemon water in the morning. 3 weeks later, she came back and I could tell from her handshake. Her skin was softer, her hands warm, her voice full of energy. She said, "Doctor, I think I finally turned the lights on." Susan's story isn't unique. Many people take collagen for months and see no results simply because they lack this key nutrient. Vitamin C activates two critical enzymes, prolyl hydroxylase and lysyl hydroxylase, responsible for linking collagen molecules into strong fibers. Without it, collagen strands break apart, and your body can't build muscle or cartilage properly. You don't need much, just about 100 milligrams of vitamin C daily. That's one orange, half a guava, or a bowl of green salad is enough to activate collagen synthesis. If you're drinking collagen broth, add a squeeze of lemon or a few slices of red pepper. That tiny change can boost collagen absorption by up to 50%. Dear friends, our bodies are truly miraculous. Everything is connected. Collagen is the structure, but vitamin C is the spark. Without the spark, the structure fades, and we begin to feel age creeping in. So each time you peel an orange, remember you're giving your body the light to heal, to rebuild, to stay alive. One small act, one warm glass of lemon water in the morning, could be the key to keeping your strength, youth, and joy at 50, 60, or even 80. Dear friends, if you ask me, Dr. Mark, what's the best medicine for recovery after 50? I wouldn't say vitamins or collagen. I'd say something simpler, more precious: deep sleep. Yes, sleep, that thing we take for granted, is the natural laboratory where your body quietly regenerates collagen, repairs muscles, and restores energy. When you sleep deeply, your body releases growth hormone, HGH, most strongly between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's the golden window when collagen synthesis peaks. I remember a patient of mine, Thomas 74, a retired high school teacher. He told me that despite eating healthy and taking collagen nightly, he still felt weak and sore. When I asked about his sleep, he chuckled. "I usually go to bed around 1 or 2 a.m. after watching the news and scrolling online." I smiled and said gently, "Thomas, your collagen never gets a chance to work. It's like workers waiting for their shift, but the factory never turns the lights on." I asked him to try sleeping earlier. Turn off screens after 10 p.m. Sip warm chamomile tea, breathe deeply, and let his body drift into rest. He doubted it, but agreed to try. 3 weeks later, he came back with a bright smile. "Doctor, I slept 7 straight hours and I feel like I'm younger again." I wasn't surprised, because when we sleep deeply, the body heals everything: skin, muscles, joints, even the mind. Collagen is produced naturally, muscle fibers mend, and inflammation eases. Many studies show that adults over 60 who sleep less than 6 hours a night have 30% lower natural collagen levels than those who sleep enough. Deep sleep not only rejuvenates the body, it boosts serotonin and melatonin, relaxing the mind, reducing stress, and enhancing muscle recovery. So if you're eating well, taking collagen, and still not feeling stronger, look at your sleep. Don't see it as wasted time, see it as nature's golden medicine. Dear friends, let your body rest so collagen can do its quiet work. Turn off the lights, silence your phone, breathe deeply, and tell yourself, "I'm giving my body the greatest gift: peace and renewal." Because sometimes the secret to health after 50 isn't doing more, it's learning to pause and let your body heal in deep sleep. Dear friends, there's something I always tell my patients. If you want collagen in your body to truly work, you must move. It sounds simple, but it's the golden key many people forget. You can eat right, sleep well, and take collagen. But if your body doesn't move, that collagen will stay asleep. It won't activate, it won't reach the places that need healing. The human body, especially after 50, is like a river. If the water stops flowing, it becomes stagnant, cloudy, and lifeless. But when it moves, it's clear, fresh, and full of life. Collagen works the same way. Gentle movement, walking, stretching, yoga, or even a few morning warm-ups keeps that flow alive. I remember a patient named David, 76, a retired carpenter. He'd suffered from knee pain for years and could barely climb stairs. After drinking chicken feet and fish skin broth for 3 months, he told me, "Doctor, I feel better, but my legs are still stiff. It's hard to stand up or sit down." I asked him, "Do you walk?" He said, "Not much, I'm afraid of falling." I smiled and replied, "David, it's because you don't walk that your body forgot how to stand strong. Collagen needs movement to find where healing is needed. If you don't move, it doesn't know where to go." I asked him to walk 15 minutes a day around his garden slowly, then increased to 30 minutes. 3 weeks later, he came back walking steadier. He said, smiling, "Doctor, maybe I wasn't just walking, I was waking up my collagen." I laughed because that's exactly right. When you move gently, blood circulation improves, carrying oxygen and nutrients, including collagen, to your muscles, joints, and skin. Movement also triggers natural collagen production, keeping your skin firm, joints flexible, and muscles energized. You don't need a gym or complicated workouts. Just walk after meals, stretch your shoulders, roll your neck, breathe deeply in the morning, or tend the garden, clean the house. Those are the movements your body loves. Dear friends, your body doesn't need perfection, it needs attention and motion. Every step, every breath is a reminder to yourself. I am alive, I am healing, I am moving forward. So whether you're 50, 60, or 80, stand up, stretch, and take a few steps. Let the collagen you've nourished be awakened, activated, and shine from within. Then you'll realize real strength doesn't come from age, but from the gentle movements you make each day. Dear friends, looking back on more than 30 years in medicine, what brings me the most joy isn't prescriptions or research papers. It's those moments when someone at 60, 70, or even 80 looks at me smiling and says, "Doctor, I feel young again." And that miracle never came from medicine. It came from small changes in how they lived, ate, slept, and cared for their bodies. You see, collagen isn't something rare or expensive. It lives in a bowl of fish skin broth, in a pot of warm chicken feet soup, in a slice of orange in the morning, in a peaceful night's sleep, and in a few gentle steps each day. When you connect all these small things, your body begins to transform. Inside, cells are reborn. Outside, your body stands stronger, more flexible, radiant with life. I once told a patient, and today I want to tell you, true strength after 50 isn't about fighting time. It's about walking with it wisely and with love. Start today, just one small change. A warm bowl of broth instead of a rushed breakfast. A glass of lemon water instead of something sweet. An early bedtime instead of another late night scroll. A walk in the garden instead of sitting on the couch. These simple habits, if you repeat them, will become the greatest rejuvenating medicine no drug can match. If today's video inspired you, please tap like, subscribe to Healthy 50 Nurse, and share this video with someone you love. Someone who's also over 50, looking to regain their strength, flexibility, and joy for life. Because I believe everyone deserves to feel strong and free in their own body, no matter their age. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm Dr. Mark, and I'll always be here to remind you that age doesn't take your strength away. How you live defines your true youth. See you in the next Healthy 50 Hour video, where together we'll learn to live slower but healthier, happier, and stronger at every age.